Hello, everyone. Welcome to Chicago Reacts. My name is Kelsey. I am an actor and voice actor living in Chicago. And today I will be reacting to I Built a Theme Park That Ends Reality in Planet Coaster by Let's Game It Out. Classic Let's Game It Out. Just causing all sorts of chaos in sim games. But yeah. If you haven't already subscribed to our channel, it would be wonderful if you did that. But if you want to see any of our other content, that is going to be, the links to those pages are going to be in the description below the video. We've got Chicago Reacts Movies and TV, which is just us reacting to movies and TV, just like the name says. On the YouTube channel, there are going to be short, abbreviated versions of those videos, but if you want the full, like, Mystery Science Theater experience, those videos are on our Patreon, which the link to that, my goodness, is also in the description. And then we also have a Twitch channel. It's called Chicago Plays. I'm on there sometimes, and it's just a bunch of us reactors reacting to some, or gosh, I want to redo that. So our Twitch channel is just myself and a bunch of other reactors playing games, hanging out. I'm usually there once a week, usually on Tuesdays. So yeah, come check us out. Let's react to some chaotic coaster times.
Hey there, it's Josh. Welcome back to Let's Game It Out. We're playing Planet Coaster today, and if you don't know what that entails, let me break it down for you.
Oh, how could I forget
So
that?
Here we go. Park
Cat
name.
coaster.
We all gotta die sometime. I mean, it's not true. Here we are. My favorite part about these Planet Coaster levels is there's no discernible civilization anywhere. That's okay. I'm sure if there's people screaming, and there will be, it'll just reflect right off the water into that valley and into the sky where no one cares. That said, people have to enter from somewhere. In this case, from what I call the Cave of Wonders, where they have glorious wizard technology. And thank God, because we're gonna need people. For what, you ask?
That.
Oh, you know, just run-of-the-mill experiments at the hands of our fine coasters. I mean, you don't have to build them this high, but when you do, boy howdy do they pack a high-velocity punch. Oh, but I'm getting ahead of myself. Before we go too nuts, let's break down the basics first. Planet Coaster is, in theory, about park management. You know, stuff like managing finances, making sure guests are happy, overseeing staff, but we're not going to be doing any of that stuff. Down here are the things we care about. Coasters, and rides, and fireworks. I mean, look how many there are. There's even pre-built displays of things, and they all have great names like Four-Way Explosion, Steady Build-Up, and my personal favorite, Frantic Display. And here's that one, by the way. Strange how from a distance it looks like I'm building a cemetery, but let's see what that even looks like anyway. Well, that certainly is quite the display, isn't it? Well, if one is good, certainly more is even better, right? This is starting to feel familiar. It's because I did something kind of similar in my last coaster video. The takeaway from that one is if you smash down about 100,000 fireworks at once, when they all went off, it took over 37 gigs of RAM on my computer. But you know, my computer has 64 gigs in it, and I didn't meticulously build this PC just to have the RAM not used. We'll start slow, of course. Only a modest number of fireworks. Ah, beautiful. But at only 7 gigs of RAM taken up, we could definitely do better. So let's go ahead and color this out with, ooh, ground comets. Yeah, I think we can stand to add a couple of these. It's like the fireworks have their own rings of Saturn now. That is, of course, if those rings were comprised of 39,000 fireworks. So here goes nothing. Ah, a mushroom cloud. Still 20 gigs away from a new record, though. Okay, let's add another layer. Now let's lift it off the ground, pitch it forward, and then just add it to the greater pile. What a sight for sore frame rates. You wouldn't know this. It actually goes all the way around. It's just the game's view distance doesn't really cover that till you get close enough. Well, let's see how this does. Fingers crossed. Oh, that's a change. I'm pretty sure we're watching a galaxy expand in front of us. And hey, look, we did it. We passed the 37 gig previous record. Talk about the memory that'll last a lifetime.
No kidding.
Oops, it looks like the game has crashed. I love you. Submit. And hey, since we've already got explosions on the mind, let's talk about our sponsor. I'm talking about Warpath. Warpath is a free-to-play strategy game for Android and iOS that's inspired by real events from World War II, like the Normandy landing, defense of Moscow, and a whole bunch of World War II weapons and tanks that you can customize yourself, just like they'd let you in the real army. Like, I don't know about you, but I'm pretty sure every American sergeant looked like this dude, named War Machine no less, with sick rolled-up sleeves, multiple dog tags, and bullets for days. Yeah, so you play by your own rules. I mean, until you come in and command him to train troops and head out to the battlefield. And my absolute favorite part, when these bullets fly in from off-screen and really take
that character literally the guy in the photos for the Chad meme.
Care stuff. Where are they coming from? The 1940s were wild. The game also aims to be stress-free while giving you lots of control, where while you've got real-time PvP going on, you also don't have to worry about losing resources while you're offline if you get sieged by another player. There are also multiple chapters, all with different objectives and battles to keep you and War Machine over here happy, while you also recruit other inspirational characters like the Guardian of Truth. Oh, sorry there, Guardian. Didn't mean to interrupt your streaming. So if you like what you see and you want to try it for yourself, the link you need is in the description. And don't forget to join my alliance so that we together can scream Warpath's patented slogan, "You are in command now." You can also use this bonus code for in-game rewards. And Warpath also wants to invite you to enter a special giveaway by downloading the game and inviting your buddies to play to potentially win these prizes. So thanks again to Warpath for sponsoring. Time for more mayhem. Okay, so here we are, clean slate. The goal of this park is actually going to be quite simple. Make something with a bunch of coasters, of which we have many to choose from. It's really just in the service of one thing, making elaborate contraptions where the goal is to take those creations and use them to, shall we say, enhance the lives of our guests. Don't worry though, they're fine. I mean, they're not happy about this, but they are surprisingly intact considering they just tanked the damage of a meteor. So just like Batman, our goal isn't to kill anyone, because we can't, but it's to make this trip more memorable. But first things first, before we can do the fun stuff, we need to build an entrance to the park. Otherwise, no one's gonna stay here. I do have one question though. So obviously they walk up to the entrance and then they're like, oh, there's no park. So then they turn around and leave. If I move this entrance somewhere else, will they walk to wherever it is no matter where I put it, like over here near the lake? And as baffling as it is, here's the boundary line of our park, so we really can just put it like way over here. And now let's just run a path all the way back, and we'll see if people are willing to start their hero's journey. Okay, you middle-aged go-getters, let the day hike commence. Yep, they definitely seem willing to do it. I'm watching them meander their way over here with no end in sight. Well, they finally arrived. When they started their journey, it was
to be completely honest, if there were a park that you like whether it's a zoo or like an amusement park that you had to like go on a hike to get to, I'd do it. That's a whole weekend, you know? You hike, you go to an amusement, that sounds great.
Like 1 o'clock in the afternoon, and they finally reached it at 8:55 the next day. Have fun enjoying the trek back. Oh, I see, now you all want a piece, huh? Never mind the part where there's still no park, you psychos. I'm looking at you, dork with the hat. But you know, it just breaks my heart when these people run all the way here just to be like, aw, now we gotta walk all the way back. Here, let's see if we can make this better for them. You can probably see where this is going. We just need some of this here, little of that there. Yeah, pay no attention to the jutting out blue railing, or the 9 million story coaster behind you. The only thing you need to worry about is how cold the water is.
Oh, into the water.
Oh, actually maybe not. Hope you packed your spacesuits. Just think, they're willing to do this for free. Well, let's expand on this, shall we? Because here's the thing. Launching unsuspecting people into the upper atmosphere, never gonna get old. The problem is after that, all the people just head back towards the exit. And then the game doesn't really let you mess with them any further. The next step is actually just getting them to stay. So let's go ahead and calm this behemoth for now. So the first thing we're gonna do is we're gonna back all this up. And while it's super tempting to leave these people stranded here, we actually can't, because over a long enough period of time they just disappear. Except these people, apparently. Good God, that's terrifying.
That's
just
awful.
A creature with heads and hands, and then this guy in the back feeling left out. Oh God, what nightmare are you doing now?
They're
You
dancing.
stop that. You stop that right now.
That.
All right, I'm gonna move the whole platform. This'll teach you. Oh God, it transfers. Wait, does that mean I can move this anywhere? Like back to the entrance?
Carry them back,
Only one way to find out. Here's to hoping. Oh, hell yeah, now we're talking. All this crying in one tiny space. I mean, I'd be crying for help too. How are you supposed to overcome this step? Well, let's see. What else can we do with this waking nightmare? I'll tell you one thing you can do, and it's spread them out. It's like a wacky inflatable tube-person greeting party. And they're all here to say hi to you. They're all waving to you, you brave souls.
Ooh,
in horrible, terrifying unison. But enough about them. Let's focus on the more important people. By that, I mean all these people rushing into the park. It starts out kind of the same with a really long walk or run in the case of these tryhards. But what's different this time is we're going up and up and up. Wow, did you all run track in high school? Why are you so excited to get to the entrance? And why are you three in such a rush? You think the sports bar's up here or something? Calm down, you're gonna give yourselves a heart attack. So eventually everyone reaches the entrance over here, which thank God after they reach it, they finally calm down. At which point they approach literally the only thing that's up here, this ATM. Why is this here? Well, seeing as how there's no guardrails, I'm pretty sure if we didn't put this thing here, they would walk right off. But also, if we don't put anything here, that can't fool all these idiots into walking all the way over here just to go, oh, no thank you, and then walking back. Oh, and did I mention that there's an amazing view? No, seriously, take a look. Ta-da! That's definitely not a giant-sized skee-ball machine. I mean, you know what skee-ball is, right? Normally, the way it works is you take a big wooden ball, you roll it down this alley, and you try to hoist it up into one of these holes. And you know, we're gonna try and do the same thing, except we're not gonna use wooden balls. We're gonna use people and our very own patented launcher, which at this point you should be used to seeing. So here's basically how it's gonna work. First, we ready the payload and then send it on its way. And then we'll just watch as this picks up speed, and then we have liftoff, the kind you just love to see. And sure, some of them are gonna fly right over the machine, or in the case of these poor souls, right on top of it. But some people will actually make it into the playing field. We should probably talk about what each of these rings means. In real skee ball, each one of these rings is like a different point amount, and you just want to get the most points. We don't have any points here, but each one of these things does represent a different fabulous prize. Let's start with what happens if you don't clear it at all. Hello, purgatory. Couldn't tell you why, but these people never seem to disappear, as is backed up by the ever-growing number of people in the park. Hey there, welcome to the team. Now let's say you're George Lucas here, and oh no, fingers crossed for a safe landing. But no, you're destined to go into the gutter, which in this case, of course, means a bottomless pit. Thanks for the prequels. But let's say you're actually lucky enough to clear one of these rings. What prizes do we get there? Well, let's start with the most obvious one. If you land in these two circles in the middle, that's probably a good thing. But if you don't land in them, better luck next time. Looks like eternal damnation for you. At least the good news is you have new friends dropping by all the time. And what about these three up here? Well, these ones actually don't lead to much. I mean, they've just got like treasure and like food and medical supplies. Too bad nobody's ever reached these. They could probably use them. And so that just leaves our last two holes here. Where do these take you? I bet those people are wondering the same thing. These two are actually the only way to the next part of the park, where after they've had a second to collect themselves after shattering all their bones, or in the case of this person, throwing a fit sideways, it's time to leave, after which point they march up these stairs, back out into the sunshine. They just have one more thing they gotta do, and that's make it through this giant cube. And I mean, how hard can that be, really? It's just a bunch of pathways. You know, you're right, we can't make it too easy. We'll just add one of these guys. Come on in, we're ready for you now. Just pay no attention to what that big structure might be. Well, here goes nothing. Have a good summer. Come on, come on, yes! Oh, and the fun doesn't stop there. You see that little piece of magic? That's the splash damage from when the train cars explode back to their home planet. Talk about the gift that just keeps on giving. But even with all that, someone's getting away. Well, that just won't do. So let's add some friends to the party. Surely 5 is that much better, right? I definitely hope it's gonna stop Soccer Mom. Ah, mission accomplished. What a beautiful symphony of destruction now. You know, this does have me wondering though, is there a limit to how many of these coasters we can drop in here? Let's do a quick check and find out. Let's start modest and just add another 10. Okay, everybody, don't let me down. Oh boy, that's a nice waterfall of coasters, isn't it? I kind of feel like getting out of here isn't even a question anymore. Well, if 15 coasters can do this, what about if we...
Oh my word.
Okay, so I made a little something here. What you're looking at here is 174 roller coasters. I kind of alternated their positioning so they would fall from 9 possible places, making the perfect waterfall of roller coasters onto these poor people. So here we go. Oh boy. Oh god, that's a lot of roller coasters. That's okay, there's room for everyone. I think, by the way, every time these roller coasters need to reload, the whole game freezes for like 45 seconds. Well, I think it's safe to say those people are never coming out, nor is our frame rate. rate, which I'm sure is only going to get worse the more coasters that fall off this. Yep, this is definitely what you want from your roller coaster experience, right? So much disaster that it's kicking up a very volatile dust cloud. And I don't know how we did it, but somehow Planet Coaster now looks like Gears of War. And just when you think it's all settled, here comes the next volley. We're sorry that Planet Coaster has stopped responding. You can end the game now. I think not. Okay, I've paused the game because otherwise I'll never ever be able to move again. But let's do some quick math, shall we? 174 coasters, all with 7 cars each. That means that with each one of these volleys, we're launching 1,218 coaster cars into that pit below. Is it ever gonna fill this whole glass structure? God, I couldn't even tell you. Maybe. Honestly, I'm surprised the game hasn't crashed completely yet. I like how these train operators are all here, just like, yep, we're gonna die, but I'm here for it. Well, there's something you don't see every day. It looks like they've piled up in such a way that looks kind of like a tidal wave. So I think in a way, that sort of qualifies, doesn't it? Oh God, and it's gonna crash into it. I couldn't have possibly imagined this outcome. Seeing as how everything now is just a complete one frame per second mess. Oh, guess those cars are going back to their home planet. Fair enough. Oh no, don't send more. And the game's going so slow, I can't even stop these new coasters. No, stop, it's already dead. Well, this has all gone horribly wrong. I didn't realize doing this was gonna turn the game into Coaster Judgment Day, and yet here we are. Either way, I think it's safe to say that nobody's escaping this. Now that this looks like an imploding building, so if it's not that, it's definitely the frame rates causing, I don't know, possibly a reduction in general quality of life. Well, this is way more destroyed than I expected it would be. Looks like no one's coming home for Christmas this time. I don't even know how these are flying all the way over here, but watch out below. Who would have thought that the safest place in this whole park is stuck at the beginning as a greeter for all eternity? Hey, at least you're probably out of the splash zone for this incoming debris. Oh my God, look at this. Nobody's safe. So I hope you had fun. I know why. Oh my God, what is happening back there? Oh, now you want to freeze? It looked like an alien abduction over there, and then the whole thing exploded. Well, shiver me timbers. Anyway, I hope you're having as much fun as this building is. I know I am. I want to thank Warpath again for sponsoring this video. Download the game using my link in the description. Use the code for in-game goodies. See the other link to enter for fabulous prizes, and I'll see you next time.
Very fun. As usual, I'm so impressed by the effort that is put into his videos. Like, especially that skee ball machine. That must have taken so long to build. And it looks cool and funny. It gives me the big funny, so I like it. Well, thank you so much for joining me for this adventure. If you haven't already, be sure to like this video and subscribe to our channel, and I'll see you next time.